Well, hello fellow YouTubers, we're out for another adventure in the car with my family and we're going to Kielder to blow the kayaks up and get them on the water. But we'll start off in the little village of Bellingham on the way to Kielder first. And the other thing is that we're going up to Northumberland, well they call it Wild Northumberland Yurts and Teepees, where my daughter has booked a weekend stay in June, so we're going ahead to look at them up in GREENHAUGH on the way to Kielder Forest. But we're stopped off at Bellingham village first as well, just to let the bairn have a play about in the play park area there. And we've just been down by the river there to look to see if there's any deep parts there we can get the boat in case we get chased off Kielder Reservoir. But I've got a couple of little hidden places where I can get John again in the boat and use me cameras to film it going over the bridge and that. But today is Sunday the 19th of May 2019, so we've come along the A68 from the A69 and we've stopped at the T-junction at the top after coming through Reedsdale over the bridge and then into Bellingham here. It's on this big stone here, and then you come to the T-junction at the top and turn left and come along the road here past the fire station, and there's a little tiny car park here on the left that you can pull into to go on the play area for the kids, and that's where you go straight on there where that silver car is going now to go further on towards Kielder Forest and water, and where we're going towards GREENHAUGH. So we'll go all the way along there to the T-junction at Lane Head and turn right and go up the hill into GREENHAUGH, then go past it and then up to the top, bear left and then left again, and go and see these Wild Northumberland Yurts and Teepees where they're going to be staying glamping in the huts. So we're going to have a look at that before we go to Kielder. So once again it's the same as usual, picnic time. Brought the food out to heat on my double burner and the grill, and we'll have a picnic wherever we stop, whether it be at GREENHAUGH Yurts or at Kielder Reservoir where I can find a spot. So obviously we're stopped off, I've let the dog go in the river, have a swim, and now we're just letting him run about and dry off before we go back in the back of the car. Right, so I'll stop recording for now until I open this gate and then we're going to go back down towards the river, give him a run about. And it's nice to see Talisha eating, because normally she's a bugger. You can easily get back through there underneath at the bottom. It's a nice climbing frame, that, isn't it? Right, I'm just going to take the dog back down towards the river and take him off his leader to give him a run about, okay? So he dries off. So, like I say, you're right at the fire station in Bellingham, and you've got the police station behind there and all, there's a police car there. And a tiny little car park here just before the play area. And you've got the nice little walk down towards the bridge over the river. Heavy duty stone bridge. Right, so I'll stop recording for now until I unhook him. I'll bring it back. The dog's excitable now, barking like hell and circling us like he normally does when he wants us to throw a stick for him. Motorbikes are out in force and all, of past loads coming along the A68 to come here. So the way I got here today, folks, is once I got onto the A1 past the Metro Centre, we turned left onto the A69 and then we took the right turn up the A68 towards Jedburgh and Hexham and just come all the way up the A68, then turned left to come towards Reedsdale, which brings it along towards Bellingham. You cross over a bridge on the River North Tyne, and then you come into the village of Bellingham, like I say, at the top junction. You bear left and then come along here to the kids' play area. So that's how we got here today. The dog's already been in the river once, so I'm just wanting to run about now and dry off before we head further in towards the yurts and the teepees at Wild Northumberland. Just come to check it out before she goes to stay in it in, I think it's 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th of June that they've got it booked for. So there's lovely some wide places here and deep places enough to put the kayak in. It's just a water drainage pipe where the water's running through it and going into the river down here. But the place I can go to get the kayak in if we come back this way is underneath the bridge here, and then on the left. Come here, son, come on, this way. So we just come along this path here, go underneath the bridge, and then there's a nice place we can get the boats in on these dry stones. So I set me GoPro 7 away to do a time warp and record the journey from my house to pick my daughter up on Bolden Lane in South Shields, and then drove all the way here. So I've logged the whole journey at 15 times the speed, so it looks pretty good. But you can just sit and watch the river all the time. You can see loads of fish come to the surface, catching a fly and then dropping back down, so you've constantly got circles. There's another one just happened there just now. So you've got to have a fishing permit to come along here and fish, but there's loads of fish. And like I say, if you go down here under the stones here and launch the boat into the middle section underneath the archway there, it's pretty deep in the middle because the dog's already been for a swim over there. So this is another popular dog walkers area where you can walk right along the river around the corner there, back to where we drove into Bellingham. And on the right hand side, opposite the little gas station, is the turn off to the right to go to the car park to go up and see Hayshaw Lane waterfall, which is a lovely walk through the forest, where you cross over about 7 to 8 little wooden bridges to go to the far end and see the waterfall. But this is another beautiful area. And there's a Riverdale Hall that we'll be driving past soon when we set off to go towards GREENHAUGH. Big hotel type thing there. Riverdale Hall. The dog's found himself a bloody big stick, I think. There's loads of sticks here for him. There you are. You got yourself a stick, son? You got a stick? There's tons to choose from here. But yeah, this is the perfect place where it's shallow at the beginning there, where you can start wading in with your boat, jump in the kayak and then start paddle out into the centre there and go up and down the centre where it's really deep. Right, so back up to the play area. So we've set ourselves a nice little run out on a Sunday, May the 19th. So I've never seen these yurts and teepees where they're staying, so that's why I brought my cameras along to go into the place, and hopefully they'll we'll have a quick walk around. And I'll take some photographs and video of it. But you just drive through the tiny little village of GREENHAUGH where they've only got one pub and one little school. And it's behind them in an old church, the grounds of an old church. Just to the left is the main car park where you can drive along. So we'll go in there and have a quick look. And then once we're finished there and do a bit of recording of that, we'll double back to Kielder Reservoir water. There's a big stick I found from earlier on. I pulled out the river for him to bite on. There's a nice long walkway goes right along the river that side as well, so you can go both sides of the bridges, just follow a nice little pathway along. And as you go that way through the trees and that, you've got loads of little notices on the trees for the fishermen, fishing licence only. You know, when we first kicked off and all, Talisha had a face like a smacked ass, right miserable mood she was in, but now that she's out the car and playing on the swings and that, she's perked up a lot, so I'm pleased about that. So she'll be a lot happier as we're driving along towards GREENHAUGH and Kielder. And the dog has burnt off some energy as well, which is good. These picnic tables have got the extension on the length of them for some reason or another. They look like bloody over-exaggerated island boards. So there'll be loads of fish in the river. So let's go and put this little notice board on video. I can't remember what it says, but if you walk along this walkway here, there's loads of little white signs on the trees to do with the fishing. I can see one here now. I'll go as far as that and video it. That's just a seat. Something about your dog. Attacking dogs again. If you don't want to stand in it, don't stand for it. Demonising dogs again as usual, wherever you go. Not cows and horses, dogs. Not seagulls shitting on you from you above all day every day, just dogs. You've got to ask yourself why. Why are they trying to turn people against dogs? Because dogs are man's best friend. But I've been so far along there, going back towards where you drive into Bellingham. It's a really nice riverside walk. It's where all the fishermen go further along. I'm constantly seeing circles in the water where fish come to the surface, grab the flies that's just above the water, because there's thousands of them. So obviously you'll be able to do some successful fly fishing here, no problem. There's a little gate here you can go through in order to get down to the riverside. Big bird box on the tree there. He's coughing up bark again as usual. So this is the back garden of a massive property just alongside the fire station and the police station further up there. They've got their own stairs backing down in the garden there to come down here through the gate onto the walkway. Very posh. And there's the house there, look, beautiful. I'll stop and take a couple of pictures of it. Basically this walkway I'm on just runs behind all the houses that's on the main road coming into Bellingham towards the fire station and the police station. As you can see, the garden's just back onto this path that you walk along. And the pathway goes along quite a distance. Like I say, back to the T-junction where you first come into Bellingham. Some beautiful gardens well kept on the left here. With this nice big bungalow. I'll go further along and take a couple of pictures of this bungalow as well because it's lovely. Got some beautiful views down the river, which is just there. And it's washing day. Got the washing out. It's nice and warm. There's been a couple of little drops of rain and the skies have overclouded a bit, but it's very close and warm. There's a church chiming. Right, so I'll stop recording and take a couple of pictures of this bungalow. Right, we'll start heading back towards the kiddies play area now. Pick up the car. He should be pretty dry by then, running about. And I don't know if Natalie and the bairns are having a bit of a picnic now before we move on. Must have been hungry. But now we're going to start heading towards the village of GREENHAUGH. Like I say, you go further along past Riverdale Hall there, through past some farms called Charlton, and then you come into a T-junction which is called Lane Head, and then you turn right and go up the hill in towards Greenhaugh. So that's where we're going to go next. So you're right next to wildlife here, as you can hear the crows and rooks. There's nests over the other side there in tall trees. Come on out there, you. Come on. Oh, he's gone back. As soon as my back's turned, he's in the water again. I want him to dry off. Right, so it's back along to the bridge and turn right and go towards the kiddies play area. But there's fish galore in the river here. They're always jumping up. You can see the circles. Come on, son, this way. You'd have to have one of them sit-down bloody grass cutters for this big garden here, which they've probably got. Right, so back out into the open grassed area. So you can go further along and go underneath the bridge and walk that way as well. But this is a lovely place to have a picnic and let the kids play in the play pot up there. And obviously bring the dog down by the river and give him a walk. He's running the boat like an idiot. That's good though, because I want him to burn off this energy he's got and dry off and all now for jumping back in the back of the car and lying down on his blankets. It's a lovely strong bridge, typical. That looks like the one that goes across the river Durham. I'll just stop and take a photo.